Good afternoon. Welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody Bills. This is Logan Burgess. Today is Friday, the 25th, for the weekly wrap-up. Let's get right into fire tips. See where the market closed here. Corn traded at $7.20, down 4 1/4. Beans traded at $14.40 3/4, up 5 1/2. Wheat was up around $7.75, trading up 7 1/4. And Kansas City wheat was up 7 1/2 as well on the day. We had export sales come out. Logan, what were your thoughts? Did we have any surprises in the export sales?
Well, just in terms of wheat, it certainly did seem like those export sales reported this morning did lend support to the wheat market. 647,000 metric tons of wheat reported sold. That was higher than trade expectations. If we turn our attention to soybeans, soybeans had another huge week here, almost 1 million metric tons reported sold. But if we break it down by the marketing year, just about a third of those were for the current marketing year, the 12-13 marketing year. So a majority of those were going out to 13-14. Bottom line, though, if we look at the model that we've been tracking throughout the marketing year here, this week's figure did come in slightly below the red line, which we use to gauge the pace needed to meet USDA expectations. And we're still looking at the USDA needing to make a revision at some point in export sales of soybeans by about 140 million bushels. Turning our attention to corn, story there really continues. The export sales that we saw reported this week disappointed the trade on a weekly basis, and they continue, in our opinion, to come in areas where the USDA is going to need to make another revision there. Even with the revised USDA projected export sales of corn, we're still seeing another 36 million bushels needing to get taken off that figure here at some point.
And so what we're seeing here is a continuation of the trends that we've been watching all marketing year. Corn continues to disappoint. Beans is coming in about on par to above average. One thing is kind of interesting is wheat actually outperformed, and we haven't seen that in a while. So that was a good change for wheat.
Yeah, just in terms of the bean sales that we did see today, I think it is important to note, we saw beans only trade up about 5 1/2 cents with almost 1 million metric tons of those soybeans sold. So I think when people see this figure here, those cancellations by the Chinese are still kind of in the back of their mind. Obviously, it's a long time before those 13-14 beans are going to be leaving the country. So a lot of things could change. So bottom line today, soybeans had a good showing, but nothing really to write home about. Clearly nothing was really there to really push the market higher.
Yeah, let's talk about South America and really kind of the trend, the weather events that are going on down there. Argentina continues to be dry, and really a lot of people are concerned about that crop condition down there. Not so much right now that the crop condition is bad, but if we continue to get dryness, what could happen to the production potential down there? And what we're seeing here is actually a map that was released by Planalytics, and it kind of describes to us in terms of sea surface temperatures and what is causing the dryness in Argentina. And as you can see here, off the southwestern part of southwestern South America, you're going to see this warmer sea surface temperatures, and that's kind of pushing that main polar jet stream down below Argentina. It's kind of pushing the weather events below Argentina, and that's causing the dryness up there. One thing, the wild card here that could throw a little bit of a wrench into the weather conditions is the cooler sea surface temperatures off the coast of Chile and Peru. That could cause some low weather events that travel over the Andes and provide a little bit of moisture for southern Brazil, Buenos Aires, and possibly Uruguay as well. So that isn't a guaranteed event. That wet, low pressure system, that's not a guaranteed event. But I think that is what could turn the grain prices around. The premium that we've seen put on because of some of the weather events, I think if we get that low pressure system, that could actually cap that rally that we've been observing. So make sure you pay close attention.
Okay, so it seems like kind of spotty rain could be putting a little bit of a damper on the soybean market in particular. But in terms of the weather premium in this market, do you think it still has a little bit of legs here, or I guess looking back at the action we saw this week, kind of what's your outlook here?
I guess what this is, and what Planalytics has kind of talked about is that the overarching trend is dryness for the next 4 to 6 weeks, and throughout Argentina, and that this low pressure system that could develop may be what kind of cracks that trend. But overall, that drying trend is what's concerning the market. It seems to be the overarching trend getting a little bit more attention, and so I think that's what people have been trading on, at least putting a little bit of premium into this bean market. And so you're going to have to pay attention. Just make sure that you pay close attention to the weather events down there, because you may get that low pressure event that moves over the Andes and into the grain regions.
Yeah, certainly. Well, it could make an interesting open here on Sunday night. If you want to take a look at live quotes and be able to trade yourself there on Sunday night, you can always take a demo over at grainhedge.com of our trading platform. But, in general, Cody, I think that kind of wraps up the action that we saw today in the grain market. Thanks a lot for joining us, guys, here on GrainTV. Everybody out there, have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.